Alright, so this is gonna be a new video, and I'm gonna review this trade recap, or this trade, and I'm gonna recap it. And I'm gonna officially recap it because I wanna recap all of my trades. So yeah, I do have two new positions, but I'll talk about those in new videos. And I'm gonna try and make like each entry a video and each exit a video, and then the recap with the exit, if that makes any sense. Alright, so I'm gonna talk about Build a Bear. I think I put it lower because I don't care about it anymore. Okay, yeah. So basically, what I identified was that we had a gap up, we had a huge sell off, and then I bought somewhere in here and rode it up. So I bought 61 and I sold 69. So like I bought like right here and then I sold right here. And I sold, I guess I guess since this is a recap, now we know that maybe it wasn't the best thing to sell at 69, but I did sell at 69 because of the past. So I identified this pattern, like we can view it like this, like gap up, go back down, try and fill the gap. Most of the time we do fill the gap, but this time we didn't. But then we rally up to pre-gap levels, then we fall down. See what I'm saying? Here, gap up, go back down, basically go to pre-gap levels, then go down. Say this is different. I'll give you that. This is also kind of different, I guess, because it took a long time to fill the gap, right? So this is different. This is very similar, like gap up, immediately go down, go to pre-gap levels, right? Like the basically the spike up levels, then fall down. So I notice a lot of instances like that, like gap up, go back down, basically go to pre-spike, basically go to spike levels, then fall down. So I noticed that a lot in Build a Bear Workshop. So then I was like, oh, you have the exact same thing forming. And guess what? It ended up doing the exact same thing, right? But I definitely ran a little bit more than I expected. And I guess that's fine. I lost out on a few profits, but as long as I locked in, I mean, 12% is because I literally held this for like literally like 3 days, right? So this was a pretty good gain, honestly, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess, is there anything that I would do differently? I don't think so, honestly. Maybe I would have been a little less careful with my stop because I was very worried that it would go back down. But maybe if like I sense like a red close, then I could maybe like wait the next day and then sell. You see what I'm saying? But then I probably would have sold, I guess red. Like I guess I could have still been in this position, but you really need to be careful and not get too greedy. But I do think maybe my stop was a bit was a bit too careful, so I did lose out on a little bit of money, but it was still a win overall. So I do think that this trade was successful. I think the logic behind this trade was also pretty nice because I do think every stock has its own patterns, and if you can notice patterns within a certain stock, then they're probably going to play out again and again. But you just have to be careful about those patterns. Like you see a pattern in one stock, it's not necessarily true in a different stock, right? So yeah, I guess it was a successful trade, and uh, I'm glad it was successful because sooner or later, things aren't gonna work out in my favor. But I've got to be careful. So yeah, thanks for watching.